You've written about Damien Hardwick in a recent week in an appointment that was made. He's partnered to the club, and there's an update, Damo, that you can provide us tonight.
Well, yeah, look, this was brought to our attention by other clubs who had got wind of the fact that his partner was working as a consultant in various arms of the club, the consumer and commercial strategy projects. I believe it's a 2-day-a-week job. And look, I just take the view of some clubs that are presenting this privately to me, that this is in the soft cap realms. And that's a phrase that Andrew Dillon, the chief executive of the AFL himself, used when he was addressing publicly the Chris Scott and Morris finance situation of some time ago. I just say that the employment of a partner, of a person who was either on a playing list or a coaching panel, that is the domain of the AFL integrity and AFL officers. And there was either no knowledge or, let's say, communications had been sparingly sent to the AFL when it came to this. And they are absolutely investigating it and looking into it on the back of clubs raising it.
So the problem could be that she's paid a lot more than maybe was worth. That could potentially help Damien as coach of the club.
At the very least of this, the optics are terrible, I feel. That the AFL wasn't aware of it fully and across it. We know that what the AFL ruled when it came to the Chris Scott situation, and here we have the AFL-owned Gold Coast Suns with this situation.
You've recently been on the board of a footy club. Are you surprised that the AFL didn't know about it?
I'm surprised they didn't know about it. I thought it'd be part of protocol if you've got friends or family working the club. At least then it goes through the process of being checked off. And now it could be all above board, we don't know, but at least there's got to be some steps in place without other clubs questioning it.
And I've been told too, Sam, and you know that there's a meeting and gathering of CEOs and presidents tomorrow in Sydney as part of the annual season launch process of the AFL, that it will be raised in those forums from other clubs. Just asking the question at the very least.
That's a pretty significant story that you've raised tonight. The AFL are actually looking into it, and the fact that they didn't know about it initially, looking forward to hearing more on it. We need to hear more about Tropical Cyclone Alfred as well, because it does threaten to potentially even delay the start of the opening of the season, and Andrew Dillon, the chief executive, was asked about it in Sydney this afternoon.
We'll continue to work with the Bureau and the Queensland Government about the forecast. It's already slightly changed in the last sort of 12 or 24 hours. So we're 3 days out from the game, and we'll continue to work with the clubs, the broadcasters, but importantly the Bureau and the Queensland Government on the game. There's no actual deadline. It's when we're absolutely 100% confident about what's going to happen, then we'll make the call then.
I can understand Andrew Dillon's position on that today, because the forecast had changed, and it was already changed again since this morning. But the timeline on this is pretty simple. They'll need to make their decision basically this time tomorrow night at the latest. Now, they may hold off on announcing that publicly until Wednesday morning, when the full Geelong team and component goes to Brisbane. But I don't see why they can't make it a bit earlier than what they probably will.
Just make it tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. There's things called mobile phones and internet. We don't need to send letters or fax machines. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty serious situation up there. I don't know why we're messing around with it.
Why not wait that bit longer?
Because there's other people. There's people who fly up for the games that need to prepare for this. Their phone call should be to Virgin, or who is their major sponsor, or any of the other airlines going, if people have booked flights, can they get on the next one if we do it in round 3 or Sunday? There's people who book accommodation. There's the serious nature of family. And then if you go to the economics of it, Brisbane and all teams make most of their money off home games. So at least it gives them plenty. If the weather is horrible and people's houses are being threatened, do you think they're thinking about getting along to a game of football?
So why aren't they doing that then?
Well,
it's
a great question.
Give me a serious answer. What would
that is a serious, because I don't know why they're taking so long.
Because it could change.
Yeah, but I feel like he's getting it. Do the AFL care too much about their broadcasters and not enough about the other things?
I just don't know why it takes so long. Your sole job is to run the game. What, we just put our phones down at 5 o'clock of an evening and 6 o'clock? Like, get on the phone tonight, make the call, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, so everyone can plan around it. It can be moved to Sunday. You ring the broadcasters. Do you want to play this game Sunday? No.
The talk on that will be that it will be in that round 3 period, when they're both already currently scheduled to have buys. So it'll just be simply transferred.
So as we sit here tonight, Damo, you don't think there'll be a game on Thursday?
I don't see that. That's my opinion. I don't see there being a game on Thursday night in Brisbane.
I think they should just call it now and just say we're playing or we're playing round 3.
And then look ahead at the end of this season and say, is this working this round?
Opening round?
Opening
round. You don't
round.
like it?
Well, maybe we'll look at injuries to players. Are we rushing players too much? And do we lose the gravitas? I know you might not like this, Jimmy, because I understand from the clubs, but have we lost the gravitas of round 1 by starting it with the opening round like this?